What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Jonzi D, and I'm the artistic director of Breakin Convention, the international festival of hip-hop dance theatre. So we started in around 2004, but by 2007, I felt that we needed a little bit more. So I developed a professional development course specifically for hip-hop artists that want to explore theatrical technique. It's called the Open Art Surgery. Come check it out. Thank you all for coming down to this meeting of the Open Art Surgery. Yeah, this is professional development for hip-hop dancers, MCs, actors. We've been running this for a good 15 years, maybe it's a bit longer than that actually. I've been working with the mentors like Anthony since the beginning. It's focused on hip-hop artists or artists that have got the discipline of hip-hop that they work with, be it rap, graffiti, whatever the style is. It's about coming into this space and saying, okay, how can we use our techniques in a theatrical way? The next time I say change, I want you to touch the floor and move in the other direction. Change! 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 Freeze! Top rock. It's Emma. It's Emma. Change! Change! Frog. Squirrels. I've got them into pairs, and I tend to want them to work with people that they've never worked with before, so it's nice and fresh. And I've asked them to think of 4 words, 1 noun, 1 verb, and 2 free words that they want to use, and to describe the word using movement, yeah? The second or third word has to be a still position. So within this little dance that they're creating, we're gonna see 4 sections, or should I say 3 sections, and 1 still position. And then the rest of us are gonna have to guess what those words are. The purpose of the exercise for me is about 1, using a word to create movement, which is ultimately what choreography is. There's an idea that you've got, and then you find movement for that idea. But it's also about how to read dance, you know what I mean? So the rest of us, we're gonna look at the work, and then we're gonna examine it to find out what these words are. So it's for 2 reasons. 1, to read dance, and 2, to use words to make dance. What did we see, guys? What was the first thing that we saw?
Greetings.
There was a real relationship going on.
Warming up.
Warming up.
Training.
Contrast.
That's for me. That's what I picked up on. There was a contrast. I felt like that was important.
Torch in the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you got like...
That's it. Those are
Two of the words.
No way!
So my name is Paul Corbin. I live around Finsbury Park. Dance has been a big part of that journey, and it's been a big part in my life. It all started also when I was in school, really. Basically, really low on confidence. I wouldn't dance outside, wouldn't dance in front of everyone, kept it secret. But now I'm at that stage in my life where I've got the confidence and I want to share it with everyone and share it with the audience and inspire people to give it a go, and anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
My name is Matthew. I'm originally from Uganda, but I grew up in London. I've been dancing for 8 years now, doing the styles of starting with animation, then I had elements of hip hop, but didn't really train in it, and then I moved on to popping and also waving. Yeah.
Hey, my name's Kofi Mingo and I come from East London. Youth Centre trained, also trained by Boy Blue. Then during the both types of training, I've been involved in my own type of understanding of hip hop culture and just spent a lot of hours being investigatory or investigative, if that's a word. Oh, investigative, yeah, investigative. Or just being a nerd and just really trying to find what were the inspirations to the elements of hip hop culture that I already was inspired by. So yeah, that's kind of the trail.
My name is Dana Harris Waters and I am from Southwest London, Battersea. So my dance journey began when I was 10. I was playing football, didn't want to play football anymore because I was a goalkeeper, didn't want to be in the rain, standing up there, it was so long. And I stopped and my mum said, well, you've got to do something on a Saturday morning, you can't just sit and watch cartoons. And she took me to my first ever dance classes at Battersea Sports Centre. And then from there, that's where I met like guys like Conrad Senior, Sean Campbell, that have been like in the street dance game for years, about 20, 30 odd years now. And I've learned under them, and as I've gotten older, it's kind of like, oh, I'm good at this dance thing. And then from there, started joining crews, Retaliation, Innovate, Avant-Garde Youth, and I started to see the career aspect of becoming a dancer.
Hi, my name is April Milliner. I'm from South East London. I've been dancing since I was 6, also as known as Prilla, by the way. My artist name is Prilla. I've been dancing since I was 6 and I'm 30, and I guess the majority of my whole life. And I've danced with Bird Gang Dance Company for, I guess, about solid 5 years or so. I've also danced with RSDC, with Definitives, and just a few other companies that I've done collaborations with or worked for, like Boy Blue and Plague.
My name is Sekonya. I come from South Africa, and yeah, I'm 24 years old. And I'm a b-boy. Kind of stopped dancing a while back, around when I was still in high school. Kind of stopped And then recently when the pandemic hit, I got back into it and kind of refound breaking. And so it's kind of fun, a little rediscovery of something that I really loved growing up. So yeah.
5, 6, 7, just a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On and 1, and 2, and 4. Just and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 2 and a 1, 2 and a 1, 2. 4 singles 1 and 2 and 3. Now let's turn it. Just and 1, just and 1, just and 1.
Baby, there's no one but you. Why you give me the juice to bring me the juice? One dance, I'm told you now. I just can't stop thinking about you. One dance, I'm told you.
Just take the first card that you see in front of you and look at the question that isn't on any shade of colour.
Who was your first true friend? My sister, Angie.
Cool. It's as simple as that. You can just, yeah. As long as it's a true answer and you're not making it up, as long as it's a fact from your true life, yeah, cool.
What movies have you watched more than 3 times? The Hunger Games, John Wick, Maze Runner.
Describe a time you thought your parents were 100% wrong, but eventually learnt they were kind of right. I'll say being organised, being like prepared, really. Yeah.
Cool, thank you for just doing that. But isn't it interesting just by how somebody answers where, I mean, I can't help it because I'm a director that works with actors and writers. I'm like, that's a play. You know, the boy who never got into trouble.
Yeah.
I'm already interested in that story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I already know as an audience member, I'm like, no, I'm waiting for the moment where he gets into trouble. You know what I mean? And even if it never happens, it's like, wow, he really never got into trouble.
So I've just given them a piece of dialogue, a piece of script from a very, very, very well-known television series, but they don't know what it is. It's a piece of writing I've always been inspired by from the moment I saw it on screen. So I rewound that moment on the streaming channel that I was watching it on. I'm not going to advertise for free. I typed it out and I've just always worked with it because I just think it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's so symbolic, and it can be interpreted in so many millions of different ways. So I've given them that information, that story, and asked one of them to really jump into with both feet, exploring it and sharing it and turning it into a piece of work that's going to be about a 1-minute piece of length. Their partner is helping them to shape it and explore it with them. To be honest with you, the only reason I've done it, and the only reason I'm doing this, is to show them how brilliant they are at being able to create work in just 5 minutes. And if they needed to share it on the Sad As Well stage tonight, their calibre of work is so high, that's how good they are. So they don't need to worry about this coming Saturday, because they're already ready. In your own time. Even slower. Even slower than that. Even slower, slow it down even more, even more.
How slow can you go with it? If you think you're moving slowly, make it even more slow. Quick circle. There were moments where the music was doing stuff and the bodies was doing stuff at the same time, coincidentally. You know what I mean? All I really want to say to you is, Jonzi and Jane and myself, we're here to support you and mentor you, but at the end of the day, on a certain level, you don't really need us. Because if we got an email from Sadler's right now saying, there was an event scheduled for tonight, one of the companies has had to pull out, we've got an hour slot, have you got something? You lot could create it in an afternoon. And then we jump in the minibus, we go there, we get one of their expert lighters to light it, and we go. You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is, Saturday, you got time now. Am I making sense? Cool. That's all I wanted to do.
Thank you very much. Day one of the open heart surgery is always special because more often than not, there's people that don't know each other. There's often people that do, but the people that don't know each other, the people that have never done theatre before, we've got all of those experiences. So I'm really excited because it's going to be a real each one, teach one environment. I thought it was a really exciting day, and we had a conversation about the ideas that they wanted to explore, and there's some really, really poignant ones. I have to say though, April's really stood out. It's a lot to do with it being a group piece anyway, you know, and she's doing a piece that isn't necessarily about her, but it's about chess. And I guess it is about her because she's really into chess. She's just getting into martial arts and she's enjoying this concept of the battle but in a different way, you know what I mean? She's got a set designer and she's got a whole group of B-boys and B-girls that are just nice with it. So I'm really excited about that piece. I'm also really excited about Lorato, you know, because he's my boy, you know what I mean? I'm very close to him. He's my nephew, you know. I've known him from a really young child. And I'm also aware that he's got some real deep things going on, and particularly in relation to the piece that I'm working on. It's a piece that I created in '95. And he's going to do a version of it, and I asked him to do it, and he's very excited about doing it, but he's also quite challenged as well, so I'm really excited about what's going to happen with that piece. Danai, I think, is going to be amazing because he's exploring speech and dance, as well as Paul. I'm very, very excited about what Paul's going to do, because dance means so much to his life, yeah? I get the sense from him when he shared a little bit of his story was that he needed dance to live, you know what I mean? And he would have had no life if it wasn't for the dance. So I'm really excited about what he's going to do. And Kofi as well. The only thing with Kofi is that he had to jet, so I didn't really get the details of his work. But every one of them has got something that's interesting. Matthew, I've just been working with him. He's a self-confessed introvert, you know what I mean? And he wants to do a performance about being an introvert, which is a little bit of an oxymoron in a way, but we're gonna find a way to do it. Coming up on the next episode of Open Heart Surgery.
Yo, ladies, what do you say?